Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bitcoin Bubble channel. My name is Moji and the Bitcoin price is once again extending this short-term bullish divergence while Ethereum is once again bouncing from this critical area of support. Of course, I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. First, let's look at the 4-day Bitcoin chart. The super trend indicator is still in the red, which means there is a bigger bearish trend. Obviously, I'm still bearish on the longer term, as I've been saying every day on the channel for a long time. It's clear that we're in a downward trend because the highs and lows are getting lower. But of course, there are short-term bullish reliefs here and there during the bigger bearish trend. Right now, the support line for this huge downward broadening wedge shape is around 52,500, and the resistance line is still just above 68,000. Right now, the price is hitting some horizontal support here thanks to these earlier lows. It is getting closer to 56,500. On this daily Bitcoin picture, we can see that area of support. You may have heard me talk about this support area between 56 and 57,000 for a while now on the channel. We saw a bounce from that spot about 2 days ago. Also, we may be bouncing off of this area again right now, since we've been back there in the last day, this time between 56 and 57,000. As of the time this movie was made, we're still holding above this area, above 56,000. But it's clear that we're strong. At least at the time this movie was made, they were having a hard time getting back above $57,000. As I've been saying lately, I don't think there will be a lot of bullish momentum. That's why the price is staying down at this support. For now, we're still finding support there, which is also why we haven't seen a further break below $56,000. That means that in the short term, we're probably going to consolidate a bit around this area of support, since there are a lot of buyers in this price range. But right now, there isn't a lot of bullish energy. We're still part of the bigger trend of falling prices. Next, there is some resistance at around 59.50 thousand rupees and a lot of resistance between 60 and 61,000 rupees. This is true even though there was a little more of a bounce here in the short term. There is more resistance around 62.9k and there is a lot of resistance around 64.500k. Even if there is a bit more of an uptick, there is still a lot of resistance above the present price, from which the price is likely to fall. To sum up, I think the next big support will be around 54,000 if we finally see a break to the fall below 56,000 as shown by candle closes below 56,000 on this daily time frame, and below that mark between 51 and 53,000 is a big area of support. Once more, as the next steps of support, if 56 breaks, there is still short-term support at 56,000 though, at least for now. On a smaller time frame, the 4-hour Bitcoin chart shows that prices have been going down again, extending the short-term bullish divergence with another lower low in the Bitcoin price as the candle closes and a new higher low forming, which was just confirmed by the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI. This has been the pattern for the last week or so, a short-term bullish divergence that was confirmed over the course of one day, followed by another lower low, then another short-term bullish divergence that was confirmed over the course of one day, followed by another lower finally. Another short-term bullish divergence that was confirmed over the course of a day or so, followed by another lower low. So if this keeps happening for another day, we might see a little more positive relief here, and then there could be another move down in the next day or two. However, even though the Bitcoin price and the RSI are basically moving in opposite directions in a bullish way, we are actually seeing less negative momentum right now, as we can see from the slope of this bearish move. It's clear that we'll see a much bigger drop to the downside here, pretty much straight to the downside. And it's clear that since then, when the RSI and price started moving apart in a bullish way, we saw less. There is a lot of bearish momentum right now. And then there is less bearish momentum here. The drop isn't as steep, but it's still clear that we're in a bearish trend. This means that there is still pressure to sell, but not as much as we saw right now. So in the short term, we might see a little more relief or a break from the short-term downward trend in the next day or so. Sort of like what we saw just now, like here or here or here, based on these strong divergences that happened in the last week or so. But once more, the markets are moving downwards right now. And we're still very bearish on longer-term time frames. Because of this, I wouldn't necessarily expect a lot of upward progress here, maybe just a little relief during the downward trend. Don't believe it? You can still make money in crypto even if prices are going down. That deal with short positions, for example, when it comes to dealing Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, I do almost all of my business on Bybit. So I'll make sure to include a link to Bybit in the description and pin comment below this video. You can get a $30,000 deposit bonus if you make a Bybit account through the link below this video and then make a deposit. But you have to use that link below this video in order to get the bonus. Also, if you click on that link, it will take you to this page. Right now, there is a huge lucky draw going on over on Bybit, and you could win up to $100,000 just by trading crypto using the link below this video. You might as well check this out if you're already going to trade crypto. Once more, the first link is below this movie. But if you can't get into Bybit or can't prove your identity on Bybit, there is BTNX, which is a similar cryptocurrency exchange that doesn't require KYC. This means that if you're in the US or UK, for example, you might not be able to get into BTNX. You can't buy Bit, but you can get to BitNX. I'll also put a link to BitNX in the summary and pinned comment below this video. Additionally, if you click on the link below this video, I will take you to this page where you can get a 5,500 USDT price. Also, you can get a 10% discount on all selling fees on the exchange for life only if you use that link. If you make a ByteNX account through the link below this video. Additionally, ByteNX is an additional exchange that you can use instead of Bybit. It can be reached from places like the US or the UK. Again, there are links below if you want to get those extra prizes. Taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we can see that over the last day there has been some choppy sideways price action. We saw the move to the upside that I talked about in my last video, as well as another slight pullback. Right now we are bouncing around this previous low, but keep in mind that a lot of liquidity is starting to build at around $55,500. As I said in my last video, we still have a huge area of liquidity right now, starting at around 59.8 thousand and going up to just above $60,000. That's still an important area on the Bitcoin price chart to keep an eye on, as well as a possible price target. However, I wouldn't necessarily expect the price to go straight to those higher levels based on this chart alone, since the price is still moving down and there is a lot of sell pressure in the market right now. That being said, if we continue to see the bullish divergence play out properly this time, with a slight bullish relief lasting a few days instead of just half a day, that would be good. Could bring the price closer to this higher area of liquidity, but we also need to keep in mind that there are other areas of resistance between the current price and this higher area of liquidity, which is close to $60,000. The price is likely to reject or struggle at these areas as well. If you want to see the price of Bitcoin really go through this higher area of liquidity and get close to $60,000, I'd like to see a stronger bounce from this area of support as well as other bullish confirmation signals. Like at least some higher highs here confirming that the price is above some of these previous highs. Anyways, if we look at Ethereum over the last 3 days, we've just proven that a 3-day candle closed below this short-term support, which was around 2450 to 2.5K. Since we're only looking at 3 days, that is of course a bearish sign that the bigger bearish trend will continue, which I've been talking about on